In this chapter, we will see the reactions of fructose occurrence. Fructose is present in sweet fruit and honey. It is also present in sucrose and inulin. Inulin is a polysaccharide. Preparation. First one is hydrolysis of sucrose by boiling with dilute sulfuric acid will get fructose and glucose. This is the molecular formula of sucrose C12H22O11, which on hydrolysis will get glucose C6H12O6 as well as fructose C6H12O6. The molecular formula for both glucose and fructose is same. Second preparation from inulin. Fructose is obtained by the hydrolysis of inulin. Inulin is a polysaccharide C6H10O5. Since it is the polysaccharide, we have mentioned here the number N. On hydrolysis, we'll get N number of fructose C6H12 and O6. Characteristics of open chain keto form of D-fructose. What is open chain keto form? Here, this is the structure of fructose. It contains 6 carbon atoms present in the straight chain. And what does keto form refers? Here, C double bond O keto group is present at the second position. So, we refer it as open chain keto form of D-fructose. Now, we will see its reaction. First one is oxidation reaction. D-fructose does not react with mild oxidizing agents such as bromine water. As D-fructose will not react with bromine water, which is the mild oxidizing agent, because it does not contain CHO group, aldehyde group, because C double bond O ketonic group is only present in this D-fructose. With strong oxidizing reagents such as concentrated nitric acid, the carbon chain is separated and a mixture of glycolic acid and tartaric acid is obtained. Now we will see the reaction. As we said, this is the structure of D-fructose and it contains 5 OH group and keto group at the carbon 2 position. This on reaction with nitric acid will get tartaric acid and glycolic acid. The cleavage takes place at this position, that is between C2 and C3. So this 4 carbon atom is separated as tartaric acid and these 2 carbon atom is separated as glycolic acid. Now we will see the reduction reaction of D-fructose. Partial reduction of D-fructose with sodium amalgam and HCl produces a mixture of two epimeric polyhydroxy compounds such as sorbitol and mannitol. What is epimers? The configuration differs at only one position, that is at the C2 carbon. Here HOH is present and here OHH is present. The two products are obtained due to the introduction of a new asymmetric center at C2. We'll see D-fructose has 3 asymmetric carbon atoms at C3, C4 and C5. On reduction with sodium amalgam and HCl, here 4 asymmetric centers are formed. And also, here also 4 asymmetric centers are formed. If H is present at the left hand side and OH is at the right hand side, it is called as sorbitol. And if OH is at the left hand side and H is at the right hand side, it is called as mannitol. Since the configuration differs at only C2 position, these two compounds are termed as epimers. Here, there is a diastric reduction of fructose with hydrochloric acid and red phosphorus. We'll get N-hexane as the major product. This is the structure of D-fructose. On reduction with red phosphorus and hydrochloric acid, we'll get N-hexane. All the 6 carbon atoms are present in the straight chain. And next one is, we'll see the reaction with hydrogen cyanide. D-fructose react with hydrogen cyanide to form 2 epimeric cyanohydrins, 2 cyanosorbitol and 2 cyanomannitol. This is D-fructose. Here, this carbon is present as a single bond between the C1 and C3. So, the rotation among the C1 to C3 is possible. That is, C double bond O is either present towards this right hand side or it may be present towards the left hand side. Now, hydrogen cyanide is going to have an addition reaction with the C double bond O. C double bond O can be partially polarized as C plus and O minus. This hydrogen cyanide can be polarized as H plus and Cn minus. This H plus will obviously attach with this O minus, and this Cn minus will be attached with this carbon atom. So we will get Cn in this position and this H is attached to this position. We arrive with this product CnCOH. Here a new asymmetric center is formed. So we have specified as star over the carbon number 2. Next, we'll imagine if C double bond O is present towards the left hand side. Now we'll arrive with this product. This H will be attached with this oxygen and Cn will be attached with the carbon. So we get the product 2-cyanomannitol. Now we'll see the reaction with semicarbazide. D-fructose undergoes a condensation reaction with semicarbazide to form semicarbazone called D-fructose semicarbazone. This is the structure of fructose. This is the structure of semicarbazone NH2 NHCO NH2. Now the reaction is taking place at the C2 and this hydrogen. This oxygen and these two hydrogen are going to eliminate as water molecule. We arrive with this product D-fructose semicarbazone. The remaining C double bond NNHCO NH2 is attached with this keto position. Next one is important reaction with phenylhydrazine. This question may be frequently asked for the exams. D-fructose undergoes a condensation reaction with phenylhydrazine to give soluble D-fructose phenylhydrazone. However, in presence of excess of phenylhydrazine, ozone, ammonia and aniline are formed. This is the reaction. D-fructose react with phenylhydrazine. In the first step, this NH2 hydrogen and this oxygen is removed as water molecule and the remaining NNHC6H5 is attached with this C double bond. Next, excess of phenylhydrazine will arrive with the product D-fructose ozone. For this, we have to discuss the mechanism. Now we will see the mechanism of D-fructose. D-fructose reacts with phenylhydrazine to get phenylhydrazone. This is the structure of phenylhydrazone through an intermediate in which the primary alcohol group C1 becomes a carbonyl group. Here, this primary alcohol group becomes the carbonyl group and then condenses with another molecule of phenylhydrazine to form the ozone. Now we have simplified the structure of D-fructose. This is D-fructose. Here CH2OH, second carbon C double bond O, third carbon, fourth and fifth we have combined together and mentioned this as CHOH 3 times. And then this is the last carbon, sixth carbon CH2OH. This is going to react with phenylhydrazine NH2NHC6H5. This oxygen and these two hydrogen are going to eliminate as water molecule. We get C double bond N NHC6H5. Here this CH2OH is same we have written here, but we have separated the hydrogen here. We have written one hydrogen at the left hand side and then CH2OH, CHOH at the right hand position. This is going to undergo a rearrangement. This bond is going to shift towards this carbon and this bond is going to shift over here. We'll get CH single bond OH, here double bond is formed. Here CNH, NH, PH is formed. Now another rearrangement is going to take place at this position. At this position, aniline is going to eliminate. C6H5 equal to EH phenyl ring NH2. One hydrogen is present in this position and one more hydrogen which is left at this place is attached with this, so we'll eliminate as aniline. So we arrive with this product. Here at CHO is present at the carbon 1 and imine is present at common carbon 2. C double bond O and C double bond NH is present, carbon 1 and 2 respectively. This is going to react with one more phenyl hydrogen. Water molecule is going to eliminate at this position. This oxygen and these two hydrogen are going to eliminate as water molecule. So C double bond, here CH double bond N, NH C6H5 is formed. Simply we eliminate as the water molecule at the carbon number 1. Next one is we are going to add one more molecule of phenyl hydrogen. Here ammonia is going to eliminate. Here NH2 and one more hydrogen at this position will eliminate as NH3. The remaining C double bond N, NHC6H5 is formed at the second position. This is the structure of ozone. The same ozone is formed for the both reactions of glucose and fructose with phenyl hydrogen. This is the important question which is being asked often for the exams. Reading organic chemistry is very simple. If you have any queries, you can contact me at orgchem.simplify@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.